Perfect. And Eclipse is doing fantastic. Hello. You do beautifully. I wish this horse was perfect. Hey there guys, it's Dashabella and welcome back to another Eastery episode of Star Equestrian. It's going to be a very exciting episode actually because the horse Showmanship is finally here. The thing that they advertised that I was looking forward to the most, it is finally here and it is a special event. So here's the page for the horse Showmanship thing. So in case you're wondering what this is, basically it is kind of like a quick time action event. It's not really dressage. It kind of is, but it's like we're not riding our horses. We walk alongside our horses and help them perform their performance, their little dance. It's okay, we're going to go over this in today's video. I know a lot of people have been struggling with this, so hopefully I can kind of explain how things work, what to do. I would give tips, but just an FYI, I'm recording this video on Thursday, so I've basically only had one day to test out and try this event. So I probably don't have any extra tips to give you aside from if you have an alternate account, use that to practice. And I'm not joking. If you have another account that you can hop onto, use that to practice. Once you feel comfortable on the alternate account, then you hop onto your main account and do it on your main account. I have opinions, like good and bad ones, obviously. Like it's good that we get a brand new event. It is buggy. I have already run into bugs with this event. Hopefully this is gonna get sorted soon, but it's just a little bit annoying. And also, I guess like some feedback on the player experience doing this event, because I could see this like not being something that everybody enjoys. And it is a little pay to win considering the requirements for horses, because you are required to have specific horses for different stages. Don't worry. Okay, I'm sorry. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's also talk about some other stuff because it's not just going to be that. Obviously, I want to introduce this horse to you guys because I bred this horse last week. She's been a bit of a dream horse of mine that I haven't really talked about on the channel because I did not know when I was going to breed her. I got a bunch of extra breeding tokens and I was like, to heck with it, and I bred her. This is beautiful. Red Velvet, this is her name. Red Velvet. She's so Eastery themed as well. This beautiful little chocolate liver chestnut with a flaxen mane and tail. This is a flaxen blonde. And she's just this beautiful little Appaloosa with white stockings. Yeah, these are bred white stockings, by the way. So these are very, very hard to get. They are fashionable. I kind of look at stockings in this game and I kind of feel like they're sort of like the designer bags in real life, where it's like they're so difficult and annoying to get. But once you get them, you're like super proud of them. Yeah, this is my favorite patterned horse in the game at the moment. But don't worry, I like hyperfixate on a lot of horses whenever I breed them. But Velvet's beautiful. I love her. You're welcome to borrow her if you like. She's my pride and joy at the moment. Not a competition horse, okay? She's not the best. She's hyper focused, so I can actually still use her for stuff, but she did not get a prestige. Yeah, she had a prestige on one of her parents and it just did not pass. Speaking of parents, very quickly, if you're wondering who made this horse. So this is one of C-Steps' kids. Yeah, you guys probably remember C-Steps. He's one of my race horses. So Red Velvet is one of his offspring. His mum, Velvet's mum, over here is a second generation from what I originally wanted. So basically this horse is what I wanted. I just could not get this on a Frisian Sport because the original parent was a pure Clydesdale. So I had to like dilute the bloodline a little bit before we can actually get to Velvet. But yeah, beautiful horse. I love her. She's brilliant. This was the original horse that had the pattern. This was the horse that inspired everything. And I was like, I need that. I need that. And it took a little bit, but we got there. So I ended up with this beautiful Frisian Sport. I wonder if this would look really nice on a regular Frisian. I mean, I could just imagine the fluffy legs. That would be cute. Oh, I don't want to think about that now because that means more money. So yeah, Red Velvet. Hello. On top of Red Velvet, okay, I saved up enough of the gold Easter eggs to get this rabbit pet. I got it for funsies because I just wanted to see like, hey, is this little guy interesting in any way, shape or form? It's just a rabbit. Yeah, I thought there would be something special about it because it was like 10,000 Easter eggs and it's just a rabbit. I mean, it's a festive pet. Like you can't really get this unless it's during Easter. So like during the rest of the year, people are going to be like, hey, where'd you get the rabbit? And I'll be like, oh, I got it during Easter. I'm sorry, can't get it now. But yeah, I spent my eggs. So I basically got this rabbit for free, which I think is the good thing. I didn't want to spend money on this thing because up close, these rabbits are kind of ugly. I'm sorry, guys. They're not the prettiest rabbits. Personal opinion. Okay, I will not judge if you do like the rabbit. But yeah, I got the purple one for funsies. I have other horses I want to buy, but we'll see if I can afford them because season pass. I do want to talk about the season pass, okay? We've got some new information about the season pass that I don't want to say it's concerned me, but it kind of has. So when the season pass originally came out, right, when you started this, you would only need 100 points to get the season pass to level up. I'm at level 33 now, okay? I'm a bit of a degenerate, I'm sorry, but I'm at level 33 now. And for me to gain levels, it now is asking me to make 200 points a day, 200 experience. So basically what we've learned and discovered is that as you level up your pass, the game is going to make the requirements for the next level up higher and higher. So originally when I said that we were going to be able to get the new horse in I think 2 weeks, that is not the case. That is not the case at all. If you are somebody that has bought the pass, it's going to probably take I think someone calculated 3.5 weeks to do this. And that's assuming you're doing almost all of your daily and weekly and seasonal quests. You can see I've done my dailies for today. I've still got my weeklies that I need to do, which I have a few left, but that's not a problem. And then the season quests, which not everybody can do. Same thing with daily and weeklies. For weeklies, I know there are people that are struggling to do the tame wild horse one because wild horses are in such high demand now that people are just not encountering them. And even if they do get one in their room, it bugs out and they don't even get the quest unlock. And for some people that have a limited amount of time to play this game, that just sucks. It really does. So they're missing out on 50 experience, which that's a quarter of a level if you're at my level for the season pass. And don't get me started on this seasonal quest, which is win races, top 3 and 10 races. For so many people, this is just not possible. So that's 200 experience, or 1 level in my case, not available if I was somebody that was doing this pass. So that just kind of sucks. Foxy, firstly, they are still very generous with the pass. Okay, we did still get a lot of stuff with this pass. I just didn't think they would do the shenanigans where it's the higher you go, the more experience you needed, because it's oh damn, I have to work harder to get my rewards. And what's the max experience requirement? Am I going to cap out at 200, or is this going to go up to 250 and then eventually 300? Because the main rewards I know is at level 40, so I think we're going to be okay with the 200 points, but we've still got 70 levels if you wanted to grab everything, which is all these golden eggs. So we'll see. I'll update you guys next week to see if I do hit another brick wall, I suppose. But I do feel it's important for you guys to know about this experience. It's not really an update, it was part of the pass to begin with, but you guys just need to know that your experience requirements will be going up as well. It's not because I'm a premium pass holder, by the way. This is going to be impacting everybody. And yeah, a lot of people are not happy with this. So bit of a bummer, honestly. I really thought, for our first event ever, Foxy would really celebrate Easter. You've got to be generous if you want to ask people to buy stuff, which they are. They're still quite generous with the rewards, but yeah, the season pass level thing, I'm just not a fan. Also on top of that, I did not get to share the Paladin Destrier. So you guys know I bought the deluxe season pass. So we do have this guy here. I did not showcase him in my last video because the video was just too long. So we're going to be showing off this horse today so that you guys are going to see this horse in all of its glory, because without a proper showcase, I think we are kind of missing out on this horse's look, because I don't know if you noticed, this horse sparkles. I did not know this. This horse sparkles. You can see right there on the body how the sparkles are shimmering on its body. It's kind of like the Atlantean Arabian in the way that it glitters, which is just really, really cool. So the Paladin Destrier, it glows. Okay, it's a really cool, I want to say Paladin, I guess, a themed horse. I think the sparkles are probably my favorite part. The eyes are still creepy though. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of these like very big, dark eyes. I mean, someone else probably likes it, and I'm not going to judge if you do like it, but there's just, I don't know. I think it's like a little bit of uncanny valley here because we're so used to these like cartoony horse eyes. And then all of a sudden the Paladin Destrier is like, okay, realism, bam. You know, it's like in your face. I mean, someone's going to like it. If you do like these eyes, let me know in the comments. Would kind of like to hear if people actually like this style of eye, or maybe Foxy's like testing it to see like, hey, do people like this? Do we want to add more eyes that look like this? Because they are probably trying to explore more customization options, especially with the showmanship thing. So yeah, Paladin Destrier, he glimmers, he glows, but there's no like special effects when you walk or trot or anything. So if you're kind of hoping to have that kind of special effect thing with the Paladin Destrier, that's not really the case. Yeah, so you can see it's just really the glittering body that is like the special thing with this horse. So yeah, this is one of the 2 exclusive horses for the Easter season pass. Hopefully next week we're going to have a close look at the Easter themed horse. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get to level 40, guys. So just wait for next week. We are going to get there for the Cottontail Egg Hunter. I just need another week to grab those levels, okay? So please bear with me. Now, let's focus on the main agenda for today's video, which is basically the horse showmanship event. I know you guys are very keen to see this in action. So the horse showmanship is basically a brand new limited time event. It is not a regular event. Okay, I'm just going to show you very quickly. There is no horse showmanship anywhere. It is still show jumping. It is still cross country for both Agricola and Heartside. So this is limited to special events for now. I would like to see this be implemented as a regular event, honestly, even if there's just like 5 for Heartside and 5 for Agricola. I do think it would be good to add these because like some people might just enjoy it. Maybe they just want to play this, you know, just let people have their fun. But the horse showmanship thing, in case you haven't seen this in action, it is kind of like a little bit of a horse show / half dressage kind of thing. We're not riding our horses. We run alongside them, and we are kind of helping them perform a performance to kind of show off your horse. Now, how this works is that you can't just use any horse for these events, and it's also not going to be purely based on stats. If you click into the event, you are going to be given a menu and the requirements you need for the horse to participate in the event. So let me just move my fat head. And as you can see here right now, my Paladin Destrier, he only is a 100% match for the energetic personality. So think of races where you had to like match things to get the race bonuses. For showmanship, you need to match your horse as much as possible to the event requirements, because I think what happens is whatever you score in the dressage test, I'm going to call it dressage test, it's just way easier. But whatever you score during the test, there's probably an extra multiplier from these traits that help boost your score. And as you can see on the screen back here, there is a maximum amount of points that you can get, which for the first one, I'm really close. The second one, I'm kind of almost there. And then for the Easter extravaganza, which is the last one, I'm like 5,000 points off. So I think I did a pretty good job with the event so far, considering it's only been like one day. But how do you get these matches? So there are going to be things such as like either your horse's stats, their personality, their genetic traits, and even their physical looks are going to be taken into account. I can't show this to you in this video, but for the first event on the left, one of the requirements is that you needed a cream colored horse. So Palominos, Buckskins, Cremellos, Palinos, like those kinds of horses would outperform a lot of other horses that would have actually done this event. And it also had to be a crossbreed, so a crossbred cream horse. I think for the second event, you needed a horse with like green eyes and a black mane and tail. And you can also see kind of to the side, you needed a certain level of acceleration and jump. And then obviously for this one, you can see right here, we need 120 jump, 80 agility, 80 speed, 100% energetic personality, tier 3 jump genetic traits, and also Easter features, which I'm assuming is like stuff from the Easter bunny horse. So if you manage to breed that, you would want like either the bunny ears or the leg bows. I don't know what actually comes off that horse, so bear with me as we're all kind of learning about this. But yeah, so we need to kind of match our horses. If you pick a horse, let me just click recommend. So I had Eclipsed do the show for me, and we almost matched everything. I just don't have any Easter featured horses, so this is like literally the best I could get. So if we continued with my horse, when people originally saw the dressage test, I know people panicked in the Discord because they were just like, oh my gosh, are you expecting me to remember all of this? Blah, 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 blah. I get it. I totally get it. I looked at this and I thought like, oh my God, I have like the memory of a fish. You're expecting me to remember this pattern of like what I'm supposed to do? No, you do not need to remember where to walk because the game is actually going to walk the course for you. So how the dressage test works is that we basically only have to react to the live action events. We don't need to guide our horse. We don't need to tell them to speed up or slow down. It's going to be all based off of QuickTime events. So I think we just got to showcase this. Like I've just got to show you guys hands-on what this looks like from my perspective, so that you guys get like a bit of a better idea of how this works. I also have some extra footage of when I did like kind of try hard the event, so you could kind of see like how I was managing the showmanship event. So let's just do this very quickly with Eclipsed. I'm sorry if I go a bit quiet because this game does kind of force a little bit of focus, but don't worry, we're going to talk when I show you guys the clips later on. This is going to be my last attempt for today because the attempts, you get 3 attempts for each thing every day, FYI, and it's going to reset because those tests are also part of our dailies now. So dailies and I think even weeklies. So it's actually worth doing these because you're going to have to do them for points anyway. All right, Eclipsed, let's go. We've got to focus, okay? Now, the cool thing with the showmanship thing is it's like very cinematic, like there's a lot of stuff to see. Like you're gonna watch a character guide your horse around, trot them, spin them, rear them. It's just really, really interesting. I haven't seen this in another game yet. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh dang, this is really cool. And I guess like it's also additionally cool because it kind of showcases all of your horses that you've bred. So it's just really nice to see like my avatar guiding Eclipse around because Eclipse is pretty. Like Eclipse is a really pretty horse. So you're going to be getting things like the clicks, like you got to click the circle until it's green. As you saw, there's like one where you have to like spam tap. There's also the drag feature where you have to drag the things down. This is like the hardest thing I think in the whole showmanship. I did it. I got it wrong. Yeah, that slider thing is super sensitive. So be wary of the slider, be gentle with it. Okay, be very gentle with the slider. But if you can be very gentle, I think you can get a lot of points because a lot of people are struggling with the slider from what I'm seeing in the Discord. Okay, so next up we've got the spin. So we got to spin until you get that big green circle. Perfect. And Eclipse is doing fantastic. Hello. You do beautifully. I wish this horse was perfect. But yeah. Gonna continue along, continue trotting. I do think if Eclipse canters, I'm probably just gonna fall behind, which would be very funny. That's just probably why Eclipse is like stuck trotting and walking. All right, next part. There's a little bit of like weirdness, I think, with the event where some of the moves take like forever to get to. So it's like you're just kind of like sitting there weirdly watching your horse, which is fine, I guess. Like I don't mind watching my horses too. But I can see how this gets boring, If you wanted to skip that, there's a button in the left-hand corner where you can make this go faster. I'm scared to tap this because I think it's going to impact my test. So we're just going to leave it. But if you guys want to experiment it with your own tests, do it. Because yeah, I think some people are going to find it very helpful. Oh my gosh, we just got it. We almost got it. Would have been nice if we got it dead center, but we didn't. It's fine. All right, Eclipsed, I think we're almost done. I think we got one more thing to do and then we are donezo's. All right, Eclipsed, ready? Ready? All right, last tap. And then we drag these down and we are Gucci. Okay, we got 19,300 points. What do we get for our final score? Please tell me we broke our final score because I think that was my best run with Eclipse. Oh, I don't think we did. 35318. 3531. Oh no, that that was my best test. Wow, well done, Eclipse. You did way better than I originally thought. So yeah, that's kind of like how one of the tests looked like. Some feedback from the Discord and also mine. I'm gonna share my feedback as well from the event because I'm like, you guys seeing me do it, it looks easy. A lot of people are struggling with this event. Not everybody is used to playing quick time events. And also it's going to be different because people are playing on mobile, they're playing on tablet, they're playing on computer like I am. And I'm hearing all kinds of things. Like a lot of the consensus so far is like, the test looks like it's made for mobile, and I 100% agree. It's made for mobile, which makes some of the clicking events a bit difficult for some people. I didn't struggle as much because I practiced on an alternate account before I did it on my main account. So I had a bit of a feel of how the dressage tests were going to kind of, you know, what we needed to do. And once I figured out like where the circles were going to be, I was like, oh yeah, you know, like I mean, for me, it's not that difficult. But to be fair, I do play pretty difficult games. You know, I play horse games. You guys already know that. I do play other games out there that are actually like way more difficult than this. So the dressage testing was actually quite easy for me. But for a regular player, this event, I don't think is like super friendly for somebody that is pretty new to the game. You will have to spend a couple of weeks testing it, but that's okay because this thing is going to be around for 2 weeks. So you've got 2 weeks to practice doing this every single day. There is a leaderboard. And yours truly is at the top somehow. But yeah, so this thing is going to be around for 2 weeks, guys. I would not stress if you can't get it for the first couple days. As you keep doing the dressage tests, I keep calling it dressage. It's called showmanship, but it kind of feels like a weird version of dressage. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. You'll get the hang of it. And you will figure out what horses you want to use for the event. Because the most important thing is matching up your horses for the showmanship thing. I'm not going to go too deep into the showmanship thing in today's video. I will be doing a short tutorial video, I think sometime later this week, just to kind of explain to you how it works, what to do, what to focus on, so that you guys have an easier time doing showmanship because like, yeah, it's a brand new thing. And I think people are struggling to realize how important it is to match up the correct horse. Because you could do the perfect routine, but you're going to lose so many points because your horse is just not a good match. So you really need to think about not only performing perfectly, but also having the perfect horse to match up for the event. Out of all the tests, you can see I actually have one horse that 100% matches one of the events, and it's the first one. And the horse that matches this is actually Ivory. Hang on, let me bring out Ivory. Where is she? She's here. So this horse actually somehow, some way, 100% matched the first showmanship level. So she's like basically done it for me. So now that I have the perfect horse, I now need to somehow get the perfect points, which I'm going to work on this week. Don't worry. So yeah, if you guys are struggling, don't panic. I will be putting out a bit of a showmanship guide later this week to hopefully help you guys like basically score as high as possible for the event. But please don't panic if you are not good at these kind of events. I don't think everyone is expected to be good. It's mostly for the tryhards and people like me that have played this game for so long to just have more stuff to do, honestly. Leaderboard. Sorry, I forgot to explain the leaderboard for this. The leaderboard is going to be based off of your total points in all 3 events. So whatever points you score for all 3, they get mushed together. And that's going to be your final score for the Easter showmanship event, which you can see right now, 68,580. That's from all of my events mushed together. So yeah, there are also rewards too, guys. So if you can, try to score as high as possible. So down the bottom, let me move my fat head again. So down the bottom, as you can see here, depending on how high you score, you can get golden Easter eggs and you can also get gems. So if you don't feel encouraged to do this, please let this be the only piece of encouragement. Just do it to claim these rewards. I think these are one-time things. It's not going to be a weekly reset. I don't think it's a daily reset. If it's a weekly reset, I want to kiss somebody because that would be perfect. But I think it's a one-time thing. So yeah, try to at least score and grab all of these rewards. And if you can't grab any of them, it's fine. Just try to aim for the gems, okay? I think just aiming for the gems is probably the best thing you could really ask for doing an event like this. So there you have it, guys, the horse showmanship event. I will say I am pleasantly surprised that this was added into the game, because I thought it was just going to be the season pass, right? Like I thought it was just going to be the horses, the season pass, the just celebrating Easter kind of thing. But the fact that they've done this, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of hopeful for Star Equestrian this year. If this is what we're going to be getting for the rest of the year, if we're going to properly be celebrating events, obviously we're getting like themed horses for the special events as well. We're getting decorated environments. Like obviously the Easter stuff is old, but like I think the Valentine's race decorations was such a good example of Foxy really trying to do something this year for the players, I feel. And, you know, as much flack as we give this company, okay, stuff is still expensive. That's still going to be a big complaint of mine. Stuff is still expensive. But the season pass, I feel, is way more affordable than a lot of other stuff that we have seen in this game. Don't get me wrong, the gacha is still expensive. But I feel like, is it just me? I feel like Star Equestrian is healing a little bit, okay? It's not fully healed in that this game is amazing. Everyone should play it. It still has its flaws. But I feel like the game is going through a good change that is benefiting everybody. It's benefiting the players, the community. It's benefiting Foxy, because like up until this point, Foxy has had a pretty rough reputation in the horse game community, being like the greedy, rich, money-grubbing company that only focuses on milking their players for money, which they still have that reputation. Don't get me wrong, like they are still overpricing a lot of stuff in their game. But I feel like they are now better catering to the more average everyday person that's not going to be spending hundreds of dollars on this game every week. That if you have a special event, is more than happy to splurge on themselves a little bit during a special event, which is probably going to happen like a few times a year. So I think if Star Equestrian continues to go in this direction, I really think this game has a good chance of coming back as being, you know, a good horse game. Not to say that Star Equestrian is, you know, effectively a bad horse game. I think the thing that really let this game down is the monetization and how difficult it can be to get new horses. But we're getting more free breeding tokens, more free gems, we're getting more events, we're getting rewarded more free horses in our daily rewards, our login bonuses. Like we have 3 login bonuses happening simultaneously for Easter. This game is finally starting to turn around, but I'm going to say starting because it is still a little bit too early to say whether this game has fully come out of that money grubbing slump, especially after what happened last year. Like there was so much paid monetization, updates and content and breeding, and the player base just felt so burnt out. And I feel like somebody heard that and somebody finally fought for the players. So to whoever on the team that finally felt that and finally realized how you are starting to lose your faithful players because of that, thank you for listening. I don't think you're watching my videos, but if you're there, thank you for listening. Thank you for realizing how important it is to not only milk your whales, because every game milks their whales, don't get me wrong. That is like the whole agenda for a lot of game companies. You gotta milk your whales, but you have to also understand the whales need a community of people to play with. And without a community, like how are you going to be able to keep the players that are going to be your big spenders? I want to hope that this is what we're going to be getting more of from Foxy this year, but we'll have to see. But right now, I am really happy with where this game is currently going. Monetization can always be improved, but we'll just have to see what happens in the future. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much again for watching another video of Star Equestrian. If you did enjoy the video, do leave a like on it so I know that you had a lot of fun with me today. And if you're new to the channel, hi there guys, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber and I do play a whole bunch of horse games on my YouTube channel. So if you love horse games as much as I do, then definitely give the channel a subscribe to get future notifications for all of my future uploads. And don't worry guys, we are still going to be doing a reveal of my butterfly horsies. It's just the showmanship thing happened and I was like, oh, I don't want to put the two together. So I'm going to be doing a bonus episode this week, and I am going to be showcasing the butterfly horses sometime this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you in our weekend uploads, I guess. See you tomorrow. Bye.